Hey guys, Dan here. Welcome back to my channel if you only joined me for the Masked Singer roundups. But we're back with Season 4 of The Masked Singer. It's going to officially premiere in about a week and a half. The 23rd is going to be the premiere date. But tonight Fox ran a special preview showing off all of the new costumes and masks and a little clue about each of the performers, so we can sort of get a feel for it. Look, you know, with all the COVID stuff going on, networks are looking to fill some time, but I will certainly take an extra episode of The Masked Singer to learn a little bit more about who the contestants might be. If you are new to my channel, thank you for joining us. Please subscribe below. I am this close to 500 subscribers, which is very exciting. So subscribe, like, and of course comment below, because last season your help really helped me to figure out who some of the Masked Singers were. If you're obsessed with the show like I am, then hopefully you'll join me every week for the Masked Singer review. So I've got my my handy-dandy Toy Story 3 notebook. And we are starting it off. Season 4. Here we go. So before we even get to the clues, I want to reveal what the accomplishments of all of these singers include, so we can sort of suss out a little bit of who they might be. So 46 Grammy nominations between them, 23 platinum records, 281 million records sold total, 10 Hall of Fame appearances. Now, I don't know necessarily what that means. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame, you know, that could be really anything, so that's not too crazy. Over 5,475 episodes of television and over 151 films. Okay, so obviously maybe some more TV stars than movie stars, but that's fairly typical. 5 Super Bowl appearances. And again, that could be, like we did this last year, that could be played in the Super Bowl or sang at the Super Bowl. So Super Bowl appearances could mean many things. Sang the national anthem maybe, or did the halftime show. 1 Olympic gold medalist, okay. 4 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, so definitely some big name people here. And 1 Time 100 honoree. Now, I looked a little bit at the Time 100 list, and it's basically like the influencers of that year all over the world. A lot of them are more political or more tech related, but there are a handful every year that are in entertainment. But it really runs the gamut. I mean, this could be anybody. I mean, I looked at like 4 different years. They've been doing it since, I think 2004 was the first one. And so, I mean, there's people as varied on there as, you know, like Hillary Clinton and Elizabeth Warren, to, you know, Mark Zuckerberg and tech people. But the industry of entertainment has, you know, like America Ferrera is on there the one year. MIA was on there. John Legend has been on there. John Mayer has been on there. Outkast has been on there. There's one team of 2 this year on The Masked Singer, so it could be Outkast. Who knows? So, you know, as we get closer, and there's like actors and stuff on there. I mentioned America Ferrera, but like Penelope Cruz is on there. Ben Stiller made the list one year, so it really runs the gamut. So that might not tell us too much until we get down to the wire, I guess. But all right, so we're gonna just go alphabetically, but I will stop and tell you which ones are going to be in Group A on the first episode next week that are going to actually sing for us. But alphabetically, okay, we start with Baby Alien, and I'm also not going to divulge whether they're male or female, because some of them I can't tell yet. Some of them, like, you can't really tell until they sing. Some of them you can, some of them you can't. So I'm just going to leave them gender neutral for this episode. And, you know, once they start to sing, we'll definitely narrow the gender down, I think. But, all right, so Baby Alien says, I'm a friendly UFO, unless, of course, you are my foe. If my competition thinks I look innocent, then Houston, they've got a problem. If you're looking for a hint about this baby alien, all you have to do is look to the stars, and then in the stars there was a giant number 5. So, okay, to me, you know, he said about Houston, so maybe it's a Houston sports star with the number 5, or maybe the 5 could, maybe it's music, they're from Houston, and, you know, they've had 5 top 10s, or, you know, 5 platinum albums or whatever. So, all right, so that is the first one, the baby alien. Number 2, the broccoli. There's some interesting ones this year. I mean, obviously they're trying not to repeat, so every year there's some different things. I'm a Brocco lean, mean, heart-pumping machine. After all, it's how I got my six-pack. That's like one of the most vague clues we got. I have no idea what that means other than maybe it's somebody athletic, with the six-pack. The crocodile is next. My fans are going to be so excited when they see me on The Masked Singer. Not that I'm all reputation, but I am all reptile. That's meaningless. A special set of keys reversed my game forever. Tic-tac-whoa. And then we see like a bunch of tic-tac-toe games in the background. A special set of keys reversed my game forever. I don't know what that means. The sports people I never really know, to be completely honest. So if that's like a sports metaphor, I don't really know it. So we'll leave that at that. Okay, but the next 2 are going to be in Group A. So we're going to watch out for the dragon and the giraffe coming up next week. So here's what we got from the dragon. I can relate to the dragon because I enjoy getting fired up. I've also been a creative type, so I guess I'm kind of an imagine dragon. If you want a hot clue to finding my identity, just look into stocks and bonds, and then we see like a stock market, fluctuating chart there. I think the Imagine Dragon clue is way too on the nose. It's not going to be like Dan from Imagine Dragons. That would be silly. The stock market thing, I don't know. I mean, there was a member of Guns N' Roses that made a bunch of money in the stock market after the band kind of fizzled out. I think it's Izzy Stradlin, but again, that's obviously reaching. We don't know too much yet about that, but it could be something. All right. So after that, the giraffe, and again, we'll see them on the first episode as well. If you're looking for a hint to my identity, you should know that I share something in common with a powerful giant, and there we see him walking Godzilla style through a city as the giraffe. I don't know. A powerful giant could be anything. I mean, it could be giant, the football team, or it could be, well, isn't there a baseball team named the Giants too? So it could be either of those, but it could be just a giant in whatever industry. So not really a ton of help there. But look, I didn't expect these clues to be obvious or break the mold here. So don't know much about that yet. Okay. The gremlin is next. Now, this one is maybe one of my favorite costumes because it's not only a gremlin, and I think gremlins are kind of cute, even though they're a little scary. But it's purple, and purple's my favorite color, so I love that. So here is the clue on the gremlin. I'm the gremlin because life can be chaotic, so you always have to make time for play, and who's more playful than a gremlin? I mean, gremlins in the movie turned out to, murder a bunch of people. Check the gremlin manual, and you'll see I can thrive when the temperature is a cool 66.5 degrees. Obviously, that is some sort of clue to something. 66.5 degrees. It's an interesting. If it was 66, I would say maybe it was a uniform number or something. But 66.5, that's too low to be like a radio station number. So I don't know. That is an interesting clue. But obviously, I don't know what it means yet. The jellyfish is next. And this one is interesting because it includes some platform heels, too. So it could be a shorter person that we're just sort of elevating up a little bit to look taller. All right, and the jellyfish says, "Brr, I assure you that even though I may be cold-blooded, I have a warm and glowing flow with H2O." Okay, you can search the entire ocean for a notion as to who I am. So, this one I don't quite understand. You can search the entire ocean for a notion as to who I am. So, maybe, I don't know, somebody with a last name that's the same as an ocean? Like, is there something Pacific, something Atlantic? I don't know. Search the entire ocean for a notion to who I am. Don't know. We'll find out more about that. All right, the lips is next. This one just looks weird. It's just a big set of red ruby lips. I hope I don't slip up. Trying to infiltrate the Masked Singer stage is like trying to break into a Las Vegas money vault. I can understand why security would be so tight. Who wouldn't love to pucker up to these juicy lips? If you want a hint about me, I own who I am. I know that my voice can go high, but my dishes go deep. So that, to me, maybe some sort of celebrity chef. My dishes go deep, or maybe dishing like on a show like The Talk or The View or The Real or one of those things. Some sort of interview show maybe. So that was my thought on that one. The mushroom is next, which is sort of cute because it reminds me of Toadstool from the Mario games. Mushrooms are resilient and thrive in all circumstances. Being here has made me realize this show is fertile ground to explore another side of yourself. So somebody who's not known for singing. If you want to know who's behind my mask, you'll need to figure out who's under my hat. And then we see a bunch of different hats on the mushroom. I mean, the first thought for me when I see a bunch of crazy hats is either Pharrell or Mayim Bialik, who, of course, in the theme song to Blossom 30 years ago wore all the different crazy hats. So who knows? I don't know where that one's going. So up next is Popcorn, and this one we are going to see in next week's premiere. So let's find out about Popcorn. My voice is like butter. This one is most definitely a girl, I can tell you that. The performance is going to be in 3D, dynamic, delightful, and divalicious. And there's also a green cow on the mirror in her dressing room. And I don't know... First of all, cows and popcorn, I don't know what that even has to do with each other, but green cow doesn't tell me specifically anything. Maybe you guys have a better idea on that. The seahorse is next. Living in the ocean can be so dangerous, so it's always good to find a quiet place to hide. America, you'll never figure out who I am, even if you try your sea-level best. That's just a generic clue that tells me nothing about the person underneath. That's just sort of taunting about the, being on the show. All right, so Serpent is up next. If you want to know how I instantly appeared, here's the prescription number to my identity. And then we see a prescription bottle with the number 31118 on it. So to me, that's a date. The 18 at the end is for 2018, I would assume. So 3/11/2018. So something with that date is obviously meaningful to the Serpent. March 11th, 2018. We'll figure that out. Maybe, it wouldn't be their birthday, obviously, but it could be, 3/11 could be their birthday, and maybe they turned a certain age. Maybe they turned 21, or maybe they turned 40, or whatever, on 2018. Or it could be the date their song went to #1, or that their big movie premiered, or something. So, obviously, some sort of March 11th date with that. Okay, next is the Snow Owls. Now, we're going to see them next week on the premiere, but this one's interesting because we've never had a duo on The Masked Singer before, so it's going to be interesting to see how far they go and if the clues are going to, if it's only hinting to one or the other, that will be, I think, even more confusing. But so here's what we have. We actually had a few clues because there's two of them, so hopefully they continue with that and give us maybe some extra clues since there's two people. We are the Snow Owls. We're ready to ruffle feathers and show everyone it takes two to make a dream come true. We're here because performing on stage with someone else is always twice as nice. We're on our hands and knees hoping for victory. After all, we are birds of prey. P-R-A-Y, pray, like that, so maybe something religious. Who is that? You can try and figure out who we are, but as for who is more talented, it's a tie. And then we see an image of a barn. So, I don't know. It's certainly interesting. But it doesn't really clue me in on a lot. The barn could be something that they're from, the heartland. They're from, Middle America or something. The birds of prey. So, obviously, it could be, something religious, maybe a Christian singer group or something. I don't know. I don't know a lot of Christian duos, come to think of it, but you never know. All right, so the Squiggly Monster is next, and this one is a weird looking one. It's a little like Beetlejuice with the arms. The fun part about being a squiggly monster is that I've got a soft side and an edgy side. That means I get to be lovable while also being a wild child. We see a white puppy, which is in front of a birthday cake. And Squiggly Monster says, I bet you're crazy to party with, dog. When I hear dog, I think of Randy Jackson. It's very fitting I have so many appendages. After all, I'm known for having a lot of hands to latch onto. So that I don't really quite understand, but something with the white puppy, obviously. And I'm not sure specifically why the puppy would be in front of a birthday cake. That's another interesting one. Okay, so after that we have the sun. And this is the last one, I think, that we're going to see next week. Yes, on the premiere. So let's see. The sun says they're going to eclipse the competition. I'm the sun because I love to light up the world around me. We've all had periods of darkness, but my powerful rays have been known to break through the clouds, so somebody positive maybe. If you're trying to figure out who I am, here's a hint. This sun knows how to shine like a torch, even during the freezing winter. America, my identity will never dawn on you. Dawn, obviously, more, I think, a reference to being a sun than to the person. And Nick Cannon said that there's a secret behind the sun costume. So, I mean, I feel like there's secrets behind a lot of these costumes, so I don't know specifically what that meant, but, all right, up next is the whatchamacallit, and this is our final one that we met. The whatchamacallit, to me, looks like the girl from The Ring, when she's popping out of the TV, so, I don't know how much I want to see this person, but all right. Trust me when I say I'm going to win by the hairs of my chinny chin chin. The high level of precautions on this show is unlike anything I've seen before. Security has everything on lockdown. They enter secret codes to get through passageways. How am I supposed to meet all my secret admirers? Some might say that my career had a magical start, and then we see an ace of spades. Somebody else is holding an ace of spades card. It blows into smoke, and that's it. So maybe something with magic. It's hard to say, really. I don't know. I mean, there's not a ton of clues here, but I didn't expect there to be. I mean, it's the preview show. What kind of program would The Masked Singer be if you could guess people before the show even starts, before they even utter one note? So it'll be interesting to see these guys that are coming up next week on the show. And it looks like they're going to break it into 3 separate groups again, Group A, B, and C. So if I'm correct on that, then we will have Group A next week, B the week after that, and then C the third week. So we'll get to know everybody, at least from what it looks like on the Fox page. Last year they did it differently. Last year they did Group A for like 3 weeks or something, and then they moved to Group B. So, but from what it looks like, they're going to rotate it A, B, and C. So we'll do it that way, which I sort of like and sort of don't like. I think the positives are you get more clues about more people, but the negatives are by the time we go back to Group A, you're like, oh, I kind of forget what was going on with Group A, like who's left and whatever. But last year I felt like it was even longer to get back to a group because you had to wade through like 5 or 6 weeks of other people to get back to Group A, and by that point you're like, oh, I totally forget who these people are. So obviously, they tried that last season. This season they're going to do A, B, and C, and then rotate back to A, B, and C, at least if what it's saying on the Fox website is correct. But anyway, without further ado, that's going to do it for the show this week. Not really much to say other than a few clues that I think were definitely like pointing us in one direction. March 11th, 2018 was a big clue. The number 5 in the stars, talking about Houston, those obviously were bigger clues than some others. So we have a few clues, but I think for the most part it's people that we're not going to see next week in Group A. So hopefully we'll get some more specific clues. But join me every week. We're going to be doing this just like I did for Season 3. Every week we're going to have a brand new episode of The Masked Singer recap to just kind of unpack everything that we just saw. And I rely on you. I've last season was the first season I did recap episodes on my channel here on YouTube, and I have relied on you guys in the comments to really steer me in one direction or another. Some of them I certainly had off the bat. Bret Michaels I knew the first week, so I was proud of that one. But some of them, you guys definitely had to clue me in on a little bit. Jesse McCartney, I never would have figured out, I don't think, without the comments from you. So please comment below if you have any inkling to what any of these things mean yet. If not, hopefully we'll see each other next week on the comments. But thank you for watching. Like I said, subscribe below, please. I'm almost at 500 subs. It would be so cool to get there before the premiere episode of Masked Singer next week. But that'll do it for now. And check out all the other cool stuff on my channel if you like movies, if you like TV in general, if you like Disney movies specifically. I do have a Disney series on here, so a lot of stuff to check out on the channel. Please do so. And we'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.